Hey guys! So as we finish up our area unit, I want us to be able to combine some of the things we've learned about area and some of the things we've learned about fractions. So let's talk about area in terms of fractions of a shape. So this question says two congruent circles. Think about congruent for a minute. What does congruent mean? It means same size, same shape. Good job. Two congruent circles, same size, same shape, have each been divided into 4 equal parts. Which model represents 1/4? So we have a circle that has a green section shaded and a circle that has a red section shaded. And then we have some answer choices down here to look at. So it seems to me like we've got to know what each section represents before we can answer this question. So let's look at the circle that has the green section. What part of this circle does the green section represent? We're told in the question that each circle has been divided into 4 equal parts. So we think about our denominator. The denominator tells us how many equal parts. So our 4 parts means our denominator would be a 4. And then how many parts are shaded out of those 4 parts? Well, in this circle, 1 out of 4 parts is shaded. So this represents 1/4. That's important because that's what we're asked. Which model represents 1/4? So let's look at the second circle that has a red section shaded. We're told they're divided into 4 equal parts. So look at the circle with the red section shaded. How many parts are there? Well, we know there are 4 parts. Are they all equal? They are all equal. We're told that in the problem. And how many are shaded red? 1 is shaded red out of 4 total parts. So this is also 1/4. So now let's look at our answer choices. In answer choice A, it says only the green section represents 1/4. Is that true? If only the green section represents 1/4, then that means the red one has to represent something besides 1/4. But that's not true. We've already looked at it and we decided that they both represent 1/4, so it can't be this one. In the answer choice B, it says only the red section represents 1/4. Well, if only the red section represents 1/4, then that means the green one has to be something besides 1/4. But we've already looked at it and labeled the green one 1/4. So that can't be right. Look at C. Both the green section and the red section represent 1/4. Did we prove that earlier? We said the green section represents 1/4 of its circle, and the red section represents 1/4 of its circle. So that is true. What about D? Neither. What does that mean? Neither section represents 1/4. Neither means not the green one and not the red one. So does the green one represent 1/4? Yes. Does the red one represent 1/4? Yes. So then we can't say neither of them represent 1/4 because they both do. So we know this isn't right. And we can say that C is true. Both the green section and the red section represent 1/4. Here's an old star question that I thought would be a good one for us to look at to see how we're doing with this. Kailani drew 4 congruent squares, same size, same shape. She shaded the same fraction of each square. This is one of Kailani's squares. Which square cannot be another one of Kailani's squares? Cannot. So that means we're looking for one that's not equal to the one she has at the top. So let's look at this first one that they're giving us before we worry about our answer choices. What part of Kailani's square did she shade in this rectangle at the top? Well, we know one part of it is shaded out of how many total equal parts? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 parts. So Kailani has 1/8 of her rectangle shaded in this rectangle. So now let's look at each one of our choices below. Let's look at F. Is one part shaded? Yes. Are they all equal parts? In F, they are all equal parts, so we can write it as a fraction. 1 out of how many equal parts? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. Okay, let's look at G. Is one part shaded? Yes. Are they all equal parts? Yes, they are all equal parts. If we look at this, we can see that this, if we picture a square, it was folded here and then folded here. And then each of those was folded into a triangle. And all of these have the same area. Each triangle is the same size. If you don't believe me, this would be a fun time to find a square piece of paper and see if you can fold it to match this. And I bet you'll see, if it's a square, that they are all equal when you fold it like Kailani did. So Kailani has 1 out of how many parts in her square for answer choice G? Well, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the shaded part is 1/8. Remember, we're looking for the one that cannot be her square. So far, her original square, the shaded part represented 1/8. F represents 1/8. G represents 1/8. So we have not found the one that does not represent 1/8 yet. Let's look at H. Is one part shaded? Yes, one part is shaded. Are all of the parts equal? Okay, if all parts are not equal, then it's not a fraction. So we cannot say, even though there are 8 parts in H, they are not eighths because they are not equal parts. So this is not a fraction because the parts are not equal. That seems like it could be the one we're looking for, but let's look at J and make sure. In J, is one part shaded? Yes, one part is shaded. Are all parts equal? Yes, all of the parts are the same size. So we know we have 1 out of how many parts? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 equal parts. So it also represents 1/8. That's what we were looking for, the other one that did represent 1/8, because now we know which one does not represent 1/8 is H, because this part is not 1 out of 8 equal parts.